Cousin Internet. It's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show. And with me is Cousin Ed.
Hey, it's me, Tony G. I'm here instead.
And Cousin Cody.
Sup, fuckers? It's me, James.
Hey, let me have some of that.
Fuck off.
Hey, I love you.
All right, fair enough.
I'm going to get punched in the dick by James next time she sees me.
Yeah, with her mouth. She's going to mouth punch you in the dick until your dick cries.
Oh, don't.
We have a special guest, but we'll introduce him or her in a second.
Ooh, mystery.
Well, no, I'm not trying to be mysterious. I really don't know.
You also just didn't want to... I thought it was because you didn't want to assume gender.
No, I
Which
don't
That was
see,
very progressive of you.
I don't see gender. I'm sorry, ma'am. Ma'am? I don't... I'm talking to you, Cody.
He's a Nava gender.
Oh, right.
I'm a novice gender.
How's your week?
It was good. Man, this friggin' cold or whatever the hell it is that's going around, man.
It sucks.
Yeah, it knocked me out of Super Bowl weekend. I was supposed to go to a party.
You're supposed to play in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And then
The Rams were counting on me, and look what happened.
you son of a bitch.
I know.
You gave another ring to Tom Brady.
I did. Now he can destroy the universe.
We're going to find out that he had like the flu virus and was passing it to you.
Yeah.
Just another way he cheats.
Yeah, he deflated my abilities. No, so so the whole time people are like, "Oh, you're right, whatever." So then I called into my day job.
Yep.
And
Because you were drunk.
yeah, that's what everybody assumes.
Yeah.
On Monday, it's like, "Oh, couldn't go ahead and make it to work, huh?" yeah. I really got knocked out with Robitussin and ibuprofen, and
Yeah, well, I mean.
Wow, I didn't know I was next to a hardcore drug user.
Yeah. He's drinking.
is that what we call them on the streets?
Yeah, that's what we call them on the streets. I'm from the streets.
A Flamin' Mo had cough syrup in it.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, yeah, and then they had to immediately get rid of that, right?
Yeah. Well, no, the Flamin' Mo on The Simpsons, the alcoholic beverage that Homer
right,
Simpson
right.
created that Mo Sizlak stole.
Oh, so then it was just mine?
Yeah, well, originally it was the Flaming Homer.
Because I had
Yeah.
like several from this one bartender, and they kept feeding me, and it definitely tasted like cough syrup, wasn't it? I think it was just cough syrup.
They don't have that. There's no alcohol in cough syrup anymore, is there?
You can get it. You got to get it from Mexico.
Okay. It's like Mexican Coke.
Yeah.
Like
well, if you
Coca-Cola.
add vodka to it, it's usually pretty good. You know?
No, so anyway, yeah, this cold is just, it took a grip, and it just, while it's gone, it's still like kind of lingers.
Dude,
in my chest,
I had
and
been out.
I still got
with
this cough.
Yeah, I've had that for like 3 weeks.
You have to let it linger.
Cody's doing good.
Big old bowl of cranberry.
Guys, I'm on a whole thing of Robitussin.
He's on Tinder.
I am.
He met a girl, and
Who's apparently more needy than anybody I've ever met. No, I'm just kidding. She seems fine.
yeah, she's listening to this.
She has
Good. Yep.
everything.
Yeah,
Even a penis.
As soon as you guys started talking, she immediately friended all of us that you're friends with on Facebook.
Oh, no. Help.
No, I said, yeah, no, I agree. I think he's the one. You know, he delete Tinder. He's it.
It's over.
He's it.
He loves surprises.
Nobody else you need to
Winner.
find.
Yep. Tell him you're on the pill.
Winner, chicken Tinder.
And she said, I'm not on the pill. And I
Chicken
said,
Tinder. Look at you.
You know, guys, I've been working
Look
on
at how
it.
happy you are that you just said that. That just made you so happy.
I said, just tell him you're on the pill. And she said, I'm not on the pill. And I said, you want to keep this guy around or not?
Thank you for that.
Good
welcome.
advice. Advice with Todd Farron.
Yeah. Remember when we tried to play good, bad, and awful advice?
Did you say,
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say good pat, bad pat.
Yeah. That was what the priest played with me.
It's Pat.
Have you ever played good, bad, and awful advice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The hardest part about that game is everyone wants to do the awful advice.
Oh, 1,000%.
So if your bad advice wants to be funny and will deliver awful advice, your awful advice is basically like, get a time machine, go bang your mom, and then convince her to get an abortion. So you're killing yourself.
Here's good advice. Shit yourself.
That's really good advice.
Bad advice. Shit yourself and leave it.
Really
Awful
bad
advice. Shit yourself, leave it, tell everyone you know, and Instagram it.
Or really awful advice. Shit your friend's pants.
I think that's actually good. I think that's great. I think you have a different tier. That
Sounds
you've
like
created.
some texts you used to send me back in the day.
That's a power if you can make someone else shit themselves.
Yeah.
Unless you just get in there. And
That's the X-Man that doesn't get a lot of street cred.
Or is it like pickpocketing where they're distracted and you go and you pull their waistband and you just shit into it?
That would actually be. Imagine a superhero whose superpower was making you shit your pants. Because like if you were caught by him twice, you'd be like, "Hey man, you don't have to do this. Like I'll go in peacefully. I'm sorry."
He'd be called the Brown Note.
Yeah.
The Brown Hornet. That was the real power of the Brown Hornet on that. Oh, that was Cosby's show. We can't talk about that.
Yeah. You dick.
You can't talk about Cosby.
Bill Crosby?
The smell of justice. All right. So we should introduce our guest
Oh yeah.
to have him
Oh, no.
or her.
I think we should.
How do you want to be identified, as a male or female?
And disguise your voice so that they still don't know.
You're still what?
I'm working on it.
Still working on it.
I don't know yet.
All right. She's been on the podcast before. Let's hear it for cousin Kaci Jo.
Yo.
I'm a girl.
Oh,
I have a vagina.
well,
Tonight we're going with girl.
that doesn't mean anything.
Tonight we're going.
You're right.
That
It doesn't.
it doesn't mean anything that you have a vagina,
Okay.
because Cody is a penis, but he can
Turn it into a vagina?
You can. If you tuck it inside out,
Yeah. I actually just breathe in real deep and it just sucks in.
you can Buffalo Bob or Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill, where you tuck it between your thighs and then dance in front of the mirror and go, "I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me so hard."
Oh, okay.
Why do we always go down these roads?
Well, that wasn't me. That was Silence of the Lambs.
I know, but you know what I'm talking about.
No, what are you talking about?
He shed.
We always go straight to the fourth grade on these podcasts.
The what?
The fourth grade. We're fourth grade.
Yeah, oh.
Talking about
Ed
penises.
Here we go. Here's an Ed rant.
You
His
should.
name's Carl. It's
And
Carl.
you've come to the portion of the show called the Ed rant.
Listen, let me tell you the problem with things today. Talking about the genitals. How does that make the Jewish people feel? If all you're going to talk about Gentiles.
Then we have Beth's Corner.
the Gentiles all the
The
time.
Jewish Corner. That's what we'll just do. A podcast where we each have our own corner. And it all starts off with me talking about genitals, and then Ed's like, "Well, that really grinds my gears." And then halfway through your rant, you say something about the Jewish, and then Beth jumps in, going, "Did you say Jewish? It's time for the Jew Corner."
A Jewish interview. How are you today? How should I be today? There's no answers. There's no answers. Just a circle of questions.
All right, Casey, how are you?
I'm okay. I have this lingering cough as well. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's up with that? It's
I don't know. I've had it for like 2 years.
had unprotected sex, and
I think
That's
it's a
basically
government
what's happened.
conspiracy.
Deep throat.
I actually
Real long.
like got nodes and could not sing for like 5 months because of the cough. Just
Thanks,
because of the
Obama.
cough.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could never do that in high school. I was always told to take notes, but I never was able
Oh my
to really
God.
retain anything.
yeah,
Wow.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow.
You know what grinds my gears? Cody.
Yeah.
Oh, it was very heavy.
That would actually be kind of a fun game. Is to someone starts a monologue like a diatribe, and then someone else has to latch onto it by making it their own.
It's called the Herald or Harold.
How does it? What is it? What is the game?
It's an improv game where it's like point of view stories that continue.
It's about a guy who's a superhero, and he's really looked up to, as a herald.
He's the brown
heralding
note.
person.
It's an
brown
improv game called the Herald.
So it would start off with me doing, or is it like a monologue, or is it like
it's like
okay.
monologues, and then it might inspire a scene.
Isn't
it
that
might
more
inspire-
like long form stuff, the herald?
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
well,
much so.
I was thinking kind of an Armando, where it's like someone takes inspiration from the original thing, because like a herald is kind of like a system of like beats and stuff.
Well,
Right,
And then
but I'm thinking more along the lines of like, so I'm complaining about kids today.
It's kind of
and
like phone booth.
the things that are wrong with kids today, and and then if I say, and then the music they listens to, and then someone immediately jumps in and goes, well, it's time for Music Corner with me, Cody.
It's similar
that's not
to
exactly the Harold.
It's similar more to a phone booth, I think, which is where people are on calls with different people. Or
don't know what a phone booth is. I was born in the year 2001.
That's true.
Not
So
cooler
there were
now.
these before cell phones were invented. Todd, there used to be these. We had to have everything connected via wire.
It's weird that Superman now just kind of runs down the street with an iPhone and then takes off his clothes and puts on more clothes.
He has an app. He has an app that changes his clothes for him.
He has to wait in line for the men's bathroom just like everyone else.
Right.
So again, Casey.
I'm doing great.
Kaci Jo! Kaci Jo is here.
Sorry,
Cody, you were here the last time she was here,
I was.
which was the first time she was here.
Yes.
So
That's
you,
not true. I work here every freaking day.
all right, careful what you say.
I'm here every day.
Okay. And she's.
I mean, no, I'm not to all my stalkers.
Do you have stalkers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Definitely.
Do they come to your live shows?
They also show up at my jobs, just
Really?
like my regular day jobs. Yes.
Man, guys are.
I've only had
awesome.
two legit ones.
Super
Only
supportive.
two.
When
Yeah.
did you say that they were guys, by the way? Did you ever say that the stalkers
No,
were
but
guys?
like I
Why
didn't.
did you assume the stalkers were guys?
But they are.
I assume women are smarter.
Women can stalk.
I just think they're smarter about it. I don't think they show up at work.
Yeah.
I think a female stalker wouldn't just show up at her work. I think that she'll just be like on your Facebook.
An online presence.
Yeah.
They have like a
She
strong online
creates
presence.
several different accounts in case you block one. Then she can start looking at all of the other stuff.
I
that
might
you're
have
still
done
doing
that
with
to
That's
her.
a
any of you
really
guys.
good
You don't
idea.
know.
flicking her bean.
I'm going to do that.
I might be that girl you're talking to on Tinder. You don't know.
Hey.
And you
You
were
just
talking
slowly
that
slipped
shit.
in the flicking her bean.
Right.
So you have a song that we haven't heard before.
You might have, but I don't think.
Do you need the
I
other
don't
mic
know.
over there?
Yeah, but what is the song about?
Well, you want me to talk about like who I wrote it about?
I
wrote
mean,
it
you
about
don't
my
have
old
to.
guitar player.
You don't have to give his. You don't have to give his.
I'm not going to say his
personal
name, but I
information.
wrote
Or
about
hers.
an
about
old
Dave
guitar.
Coulier.
I mean,
Cut
you can
it
just
out.
look into like the bands I've been in and totally see who it is. I wrote
Yeah.
it about a guitar player. About someone being like a little bit younger than me and not knowing what they wanted.
You were dating someone younger than you?
We never dated.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were banging. You banged someone younger than you?
Like for like
That's gross for a guy to do. I think
I know, right, Todd?
a friend of mine. Where's John? John, I didn't know Alice was 30 years old. Yeah. I had
Is that your wife?
No,
Oh, never mind.
I had no idea because I always associated her with being like 22, like she was eternal because she has a young face still.
Did you say she's eternal?
I have this like eternal 22-year-old version of her because I guess I've known her through you, and she's my friend Brittany's like bestie, and she's rehearsing in the show, and she said something to me because she made an old reference, and I was like, "What are you 90?" And she's like, "No, I'm 30," and I was like, "Oh, I had no idea you were gross years old."
Oh my God! You were like, oh, I really wish you were younger.
Yeah, well, she was younger when I knew her, but I was like, you know, when you meet someone and you have that like,
And you just think that they stay the same age for the rest of their lives.
yeah,
Got it.
I assume when I leave the room, you all vanish.
We just wait for you to come around.
Yeah,
You're still the same age as whenever I met you.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, you look the same age.
yeah, well, because
That was a compliment. You're welcome.
I'm a vampire. Thank you. So you were banging a guitar player.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't know he was younger than me at first.
Yeah, well, he should have known better because it's gross.
Did you find out after the cops got there?
No, he wasn't that much younger. He was only like a year younger than me. But normally I date people that are older than me. I don't know. But basically this is about, like, I was inspired by this person. I still am inspired by this person. Like, he's still
Yeah.
one of my best friends. But,
Was it a deep relationship?
like, what do you mean?
I'm just saying.
What do you mean by deep?
How deep did this relationship go?
How deep is your love.
I had my mic over with Kaci Jo for her guitar. Let me just say that's exactly what the hell I was talking about.
Yes.
You can't say, was it a deep relationship, as in, was it a relationship that meant a lot?
And we're
Was it
back
a
to Ed's
relationship-
corner, everybody. Let's
Was it
hear
a relationship that was something
Well,
that was special to you?
Welcome to Bob's Build a Corner segment here, where we
He's
talk
standing
about
up for
corners.
me.
Thank you, Bernie Sanders.
Oh.
The bread should be free. All right.
There was no cops involved.
No cops
Promise.
involved?
No.
All right. But was there protection?
Yes.
All right.
And maybe drugs.
All right. Fair enough.
We were in a psychedelic band, so that's what was happening.
You were in a psychedelic band?
Yes.
What makes the band psychedelic?
We did
Drugs.
drugs. We did drugs and played like trippy music. I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
And played at festivals and didn't wear shoes. So that's we were hippies.
I
That's
ruined
what
a
they
pair of
called them.
flip flops at one.
You ruined a pair of flip-flops?
That's why you just
At a
don't wear
festival,
them.
Yeah, no,
I'm just kidding. I
figured
would
that out.
never ever not wear shoes at a festival. That's disgusting.
Oh, it's super muddy.
That's
It
really
was
gross.
It's
Yeah.
the worst
Yeah, and then
time
porta
of my life.
potties.
That's why you should wear, like, wellies,
What the fuck is that?
rain boots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just go in. Like, wear your shorts, your cargo shorts, and your flower top shirt.
Get a job.
All right, Kaci. So can you raise that yellow microphone up, or do you want to, or would you rather sit?
I can do whatever
No.
you want me to do.
Why don't you sit? But can you? Let me hear. Let me hear you play the guitar, so I can see if I can. All right, it's good. It's
it
fair
loud?
enough. Yep,
I'm gonna sing loud.
that's all
I'll
right.
try to not sing in the mic. Okay. Don't think about the young guy this whole time, though.
I am never thinking about young guys.
Okay. Just young girls.
It's bad.
Well, he's only 18, so.
Yeah, yeah. So I can't date younger than me.
Okay, I'm gonna sing now. Where did the light go? They used to follow your smile and the waves I used to see in your eyes. You held me so close when the sun was coming up, but I watched you fade into the night. And we're just two shells of ourselves trying to hide our doubts. And maybe we're too old, maybe we're too young to figure it out. But if you really wanted me, baby, you should have felt it in your skin and in your bones. Baby, I should have melted. If you really wanted me, baby, I should have told you. You can't read my mind, no, you can't read my mind. But I should have felt it. Ooh, I should have felt it. And I was afraid of the dark when you left me out alone. Why'd you have to go and make things so hard? Well, the moon and the stars were my only source of reason. They talked me out of falling apart. And we're just two shells of ourselves trying to hide our doubts. And maybe we're too old, maybe we're too young to figure it out. But if you really wanted me, baby, I should have felt it in my skin and in my bones. Oh, I should have melted. If you really wanted me, baby, you should have told me. I can't read your mind, no, I can't read your mind. But I should have felt it. Ooh, I should have felt it. Ooh. And if you really wanted me, you should have felt it in your skin and in your bones. And if you really wanted me, baby, I should have felt it in my skin and in my bones. So I should have melted. If you really wanted me, baby, you should have told me. I can't read your mind, no, I can't read your mind. But I should have felt it. Ooh, I should have felt it. follow your smile and the waves I used to see in your eyes.
Kaci Jo, everybody.
Thanks.
I love your style.
Thank you.
I really do.
Appreciate it.
Because the song that you sang before that the first time I heard it, you played me that song and I was like, oh my God, I want you to come on.
Not this one, the other one, right?
The other one. What's the name of the other one?
Learn to Love a Girl.
Learn to Love a Girl. That's right. You know, when you, I sent you a copy of Just Your Song. I listened to that. Like I legit put it in my.
I do every once in a while too because I thought that it sounded good.
Yeah. No, I think
For
you're.
me, like never playing it. Like I never played it like out before.
No, like I don't know.
I don't play it at my gigs because it's so sad. I'm
don't-
gonna bring everybody down.
But
with
I don't
this.
think that it doesn't feel sad to me.
No, not at all.
Well, it's sad to me because I lived it. But you know, like my favorite part about songwriting and that I wrote that song is that now I have a different meaning from like my last relationship I was just in.
Right.
It makes that song like have a different meaning than it did before. You know.
Right. Ed, you can take your microphone back.
Oh yeah.
Look how sad you look.
That wasn't that.
That's
sad
just
a
that's
song.
just a
I
microphone.
just want to say something about sad songs. Listen, here's the problem.
Okay.
We're back to Ed's corner.
That was terrific.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
I disagree. I don't think it came off that way. I mean,
That's not the sad one. The other one that I played was a sad one.
Well, I understand that, like, from your perspective, that it is something meaningful and it is something that feels sad for you, because you know the backstory behind it. But coming off from someone who doesn't know the story behind it, they're hearing and perceiving it from a different perspective. So it totally.
Well, and people also, like
make their own
connections to songs.
Yeah, and that's
and-
like the whole point, really, is
You know,
because
it's funny you say that, too, because the kid. I'm sorry, Kaci Jo, you were in the middle of
no,
stuff.
it's okay. Go ahead.
I just realized that as I.
She's gonna write a song.
You know what
about
really
now.
grinds
No,
my
I'm
gears?
not. I promise I won't.
Is when people
talking
interrupt
over people. But whenever you hear somebody play, you were talking about being inspired or whatever we were talking about. I don't know, and I was like, people love to compare you to other singers and be like, oh, she sounds like. I'm sitting here going, nope.
Yeah,
She
I
doesn't
never
sound like
really
anybody
did
else.
that.
Yeah.
You have a completely unique style. I was like, oh yeah, I want to compare her to somebody.
Very
I want to
nice.
make her Alanis Morissette. I want to make her something. Nope,
Yeah.
she's not. Nope. Let that go and just enjoy the song, and I did. It was
No,
wonderful.
and I've known you for a long time. You've always been super chill. Like you're a cool person.
Thank
She's
you.
a hippie, dude. She does drugs.
Yeah.
Don't say that. What if my
You
dad?
already said it like 4 times.
Oh yeah, it's
She
okay.
for-
My
she
dad
forgot.
does drugs too.
Don't say it again,
It's
because
okay,
maybe he'll only
because-
listen to the last half of
Well,
this
no,
podcast.
I had like this fear of like, oh my god, what if my dad knows that I like have done drugs or drink
Then
or
he's gonna take your
and
drugs
then we
and
go
do
to a
them.
Grateful Dead concert and he hands me a joint and I was like, oh, this is our relationship. Okay, I didn't take the joint.
I just
from
found
my
out
dad.
that my
didn't.
mom smoked weed at Thanksgiving, because I found out last Thanksgiving that my aunt smoked weed.
Yeah.
And I found
Turkey
out,
was never cooked. It was just
Oh my
sitting
God.
there. Who's gonna cook the turkey? Mom,
she
that's
didn't have-
supposed to be you.
Yeah.
All right.
I went back and visited my grandma, and she was smoking weed, and I was like, "Pff, "This is probably how you got cancer."
Oh my god,
I'm just
Todd,
kidding.
go!
So
You need to take a walk
literally,
around
you
the
found
block.
your mom smoking weed? What?
no. So my aunt actually handed me a joint a couple Thanksgivings ago, and I was surprised because I was like, "Holy shit!"
Your mom handed it to you?
My aunt. My
Oh,
aunt.
okay.
So I started smoking with my aunt for the first time at
His aunt.
Thanksgiving a couple of years ago. I'm sorry, I'm from Georgia, so
I'm
that's
from New York.
yeah, we
It's
get it.
Aunt.
Soda.
Soda.
Okay, great. I didn't
What
know
else
if it
would
was-
it be other
some
than
people
soda?
think it's pop.
Yeah, some
so-
people say pop.
Oh, I thought
I'm
you were
not
gonna
from
say
Western
soda
New
a different
York. I'm not
way.
from Buffalo.
I had to say Coke.
Come on, get regional.
Okay, all right.
You know grinds my gears.
But then this year, my best friend ended up coming out and to Thanksgiving with us and celebrated, and we ended up smoking out in the garage. And she was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I used to do this all the time when I was younger, but I stopped for a while and I didn't get into it until a couple of years ago when your mom had me, handed me something." I was like, "I'm sorry, did you just say my mom?" And she goes, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Yeah, I had no idea."
Hey, it's okay. Everyone at the orgy was doing it, so wait, what?
Well, I mean, honestly, pretty close because I found out my parents still have sex, and I didn't want to know.
She handed it to me so
God.
she could pull that pickle jar out of her butt. And then,
Pickle jar, what? Oh, it's something all Satanists do. Satan sweetness.
They were cucumbers when they went in. They came out pickled.
Ew. I do love pickles, though.
Why shouldn't they?
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah.
The name of this episode is going to end up being Grinding Kaci Jo because we have to work her name.
No, don't do
What's
that.
the deal with that?
My ex-boyfriend's going to be like, this is why I never wanted you to do the podcast.
Yeah. So her ex-boyfriend didn't like the fact that she would go on a podcast with the guys. And
Yeah, because he thinks I have sex with every single person I talk to.
No, I had a.
Ed,
I
put, Ed,
dated
put
a-
your pants back on.
I dated
I'm
some.
in
I
the
dated
middle
someone
of
crazy
sex
too.
right now.
I dated
I'm
someone
sexing.
crazy too. I did a podcast for a little bit with my friend, and I was talking about a character. We were doing like an improvised scene in the podcast, and I was talking about a character that had the exact same name as her. And I was talking about how we were in a relationship. She's like, I had to turn it off. I couldn't listen to it because you were basically saying that you loved another me. And I was like, no, that's not it at all. You
That you
don't
love another
understand
what?
context. That I loved another her because it was her same name. I'm just bleeping it out. She's married now, so she's fine.
She's ruining someone else's life.
Right.
My ex-girlfriend, my relationship with her almost ended because of our first podcast here, where we were talking about first times.
Oh, yeah.
And the first girl, no, the second girl I had ever been with in my life was the first time I'd had a girl. Let me use the terminology that we used in that podcast because we were nervous.
I remember which girlfriend it was that got upset.
It doesn't matter
yeah,
anymore.
it was.
Ed.
I know all of them.
We used the term gusher.
I probably know half of them.
Because we used the term
Okay,
gusher.
gotcha.
She was the first girl that ever squirted. Like now we'll say it, but we were so coy about how we were saying things in that first episode because we were like, our parents might listen to this. So I was like, yeah, a gusher. We're talking about the snack treat or whatever, and
Which our parents would know.
my ex.
Oh, thank God! I thought he was talking about a squirter.
But I love gushers.
I love gushes. Again,
My ex.
With my Go-Gurt.
Like I mean, you're talking about a 19-year difference in time, and from the moment of that story, and my ex was like, I don't know if I can do this. And I was like, do what? She was like,
I remember who it was now.
that's so disrespectful to me. And I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? She's like, you shouldn't talk about exes like that because. And I was like, other people existed.
yeah.
I just found that, like, in general, being a performer of any kind, like, you have to find a certain kind of person to date you.
Yeah.
Like, also, I never went out and listened to music. I didn't hang out with my friends. Most of my friends are guys because I'm a musician and all my friends are guys. So the best part about me not being with him anymore is now I hang out with my friends.
You bang them all.
And I have sex with every single one of them.
Yeah. Right.
What?
Except
Your
the-
fears
kidding.
came true.
If you're listening, I'm having sex with all of
Doc,
them at
get
right
in the
now.
car.
What
He's
is,
talking to himself.
I did a show, and in this play, it was a play for a Fringe festival. In the show, I have sex with this woman, and
Did you write the show?
actually yes, but I didn't direct it. This was Beth Marshall was directing the show.
Apartment 4D.
Yep. And the sex scene is actually an important part of the story. Like there's a lot more that happens in this scene.
Sure. You wrote it that way, right?
Yeah. Well, but I also I didn't plan on being in the show. This was something
gotcha.
that happened later. But anyway, my ex at the time said, I don't know if I can see the show. And I was like, I understand if you don't want to, and blah, 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 blah. But, this is what the show means to me. I totally get it, though. She came to see the show, and afterwards she was kind of weird. And I was like, was it the sex scene? Because the sex scene, there was just so much grinding and kissing, and it was like a really intense thing. And I said, was it the sex scene really bothered you? And she was like, no, it wasn't that. It was like the little kisses in the other scenes, the little kisses and the I love yous, and those things bothered her more because she's like, when you were grinding, I had prepared for that in my mind, and to me that was a play, but seeing something tender and sweet like that was us.
Oh, that makes me kind of sad.
Yeah, it is.
That
kinda
is
sad.
really sweet. So you guys doing okay?
Yeah, I mean, not a romantic or
that is
sexual
sad.
thing, but it reminded me of a story about my son. when he was...
He was the wife in the play that I was in.
Yeah. When he was 5 years old. He was 5 years old.
Hold on, adjust your cable. Yeah, go ahead.
5 years old.
Yeah, okay.
When my son was 5 years old, Kevin B., who is an actor here at Sleuths, I think still, right?
Yep, I think so.
Is he still or
What's
no?
the last name?
B.
Kevin B. I don't think so.
No, well, he was an actor here. He does a lot of stuff at Universal now. Anyway, he was directing Rabbit Hole, a play, and in the play, a kid dies, and the parents are watching a video of the kid, and you never actually see the kid, but you hear him on the video.
Right.
And there's all these lines from Danny. So he was like, he asked if Alex would read the lines. Alex didn't know what he was reading.
Right.
So we went to a theater downtown, and he read the lines kind of set up like this. He had a great time. And then Kevin was really sweet and was like, offered me and my ex tickets to see the show.
Right.
But we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. And it was only, I think, because he was only 5.
Yeah.
And hold on, the train just came by. He was only 5, and we couldn't hear his voice on the video.
Right.
And then move into, that's the dead kid.
Right.
And what's stupid is that
he's alive?
we're both involved in theater and
Yeah.
performing arts and stuff, you
Right.
know? I don't know.
We all right. Well,
I felt the same way whenever Buzz Lightyear and
Oh my God.
Woody were starting to kind of fall towards the stuff, and they were just thinking about Andy the whole time.
I love that you take
Andy.
a good moment and just turn
All right,
it into
It's all
something
about
else.
Andy. You know what grinds my gears is every time we talk about Toy Story, it always comes back to Andy.
all right. Speaking of grinding, Kaci Jo is going to do another song. Do the one that you did before because I really like that one, and it would be a good one to close us
I
out
need
on.
that.
Pass your mic back over.
Please.
But then,
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thank
you should actually listen to the podcast and listen to our opening song
Oh, okay.
so that you can recreate
Not this
it.
one. 'Cause
No,
wanna
I don't.
listen
I'm not gonna
myself.
play your breakup song as our intro to the comedy show.
But you should, though.
Yeah, well, no,
Because
I
apparently, what you should name this is about, like, something about how this podcast causes breakups.
this podcast causes breakups.
Yeah.
I think every single one of us involved have been in a breakup since the start of the podcast.
Yeah.
Mhm. I went through I started a relationship and ended a relationship since starting this podcast. So.
Yeah, you're welcome, and I'm sorry.
I played this song last time after I broke up with somebody else, and now I'm playing it after I just broke up with somebody else.
Maybe the
I'm an
podcast.
asshole.
Maybe the podcast doesn't break people up. Maybe the podcast is for awful people who can't maintain a relationship.
Yeah.
No, that's
Awful
not true.
people.
I'm not an awful person.
That's not the title of this
I just
episode.
have like this much patience.
Yes. All right. So the name of this song is "Love a Girl." No,
Learn to love a
Learn
girl.
to love
Whatever
a
you
girl.
want to call it.
All right.
I
this
never
is-
write titles.
This is my
I just play
favorite.
the
This is
song
my
myself.
favorite one that you have done. So,
That's so
ladies and
nice.
gentlemen, one more time for
Sorry.
the incredible Kaci Jo.
Thanks. Never call me baby unless I ask. I was always the call that you return last. Waited 8 months to fall in love. Should've known that you would never say it back. You told me you liked me better in the dark. Dance in a smoky room to steal your heart. Red wine with a whiskey to wash it down. I was too much light, we were meant to fall apart. Well, I'm not sorry for who I am. I'm so glad that I let you in. You may not see me again, but I hope you remember me when you learn to love a girl. when you learn to love a girl. I wore a black velvet dress on a February night, but apparently it wasn't worth the drive. I wrote a song at 4 a.m. at the foot of your bed about all the times that you should have drove to me instead. Well, I'm not sorry for who I am, and I'm so glad that I let you in. And you may not see me again, but I hope you remember me when you learn to love a girl. An empty promises and wasted words. I'm trying to figure out why I always put you first. Now that you've got your space, hope you're happier. Oh, and I'm doing fine. I know what I deserve. Well, I'm not sorry for who I am. No, and I'm so glad that I let you in. You may not see me again, but I hope you remember me when you learn to love a girl. When you learn to love a girl. I'm doing fine, I'm doing fine, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, I'm doing fine, I'm doing. Oh, and I'm doing fine, I'm doing fine, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, doing fine, I'm doing. Thanks.
Yeah, I fucking love that song.
Thanks.
That's a good song.
Thank you.
I like it.
Like it's
That's when you're
that.
supposed to agree.
Yes, yes, and
No, it sounds like a polished. It sounds like a polished song, and like every time I hear it, because like I write like
Porn.
yes, I write porn. A lot of pizza
No, you
delivery
write
lines.
songs?
Yeah, I write songs, but
Apartment 4D.
but I write them in the computer, and I use like a keyboard, and I can add instruments and like that. So every time I hear your songs, I like in my head I'm going, oh, like maybe add strings or something like that. But I I wouldn't want
I'm
to.
actually recording the song on Wednesday.
Are you?
Yes.
In a studio?
Well, Eric, the tech here, he's actually going to be recording me.
Um,
and then I'm going to like put it on SoundCloud or something.
Okay,
just
well-
so I could have it out in the universe.
But do you that one definitely should be out? I think even the first one you did deserves to be
yeah, we'll
out.
probably do that one too. I
But
normally play that with a full band though.
speaking of albums for sale, Frank Original,
Huh?
Francisco
Francisco.
Francisco has a rap album out.
Guys, Francisco's here while we're
You
still
didn't
doing the
ask me to
podcast.
say
It's a
Yeah.
rarity.
He just showed up. He's like a ghost. But Francisco has an album that you can buy on iTunes and Amazon and
Spotify.
Spotify.
You can download
You
it.
can well, you know what's funny is I asked my Amazon Alexa to play Frank Original, and she played a sample because his song isn't allowed in like the Amazon like the free ones.
Oh, wow.
Aw.
But she played
He's
a
that cool.
yeah, no, but it was cool to have her go. Here's a selection of Frank Original.
User not
Frank
found.
Original. Okay.
But no, you should definitely sell stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to have more of like a presence because I'm really, really bad at technology. I'm really bad at also having attention, so
Yeah.
I never tell people when my gigs are.
Right.
I never like.
Well,
post
let's.
things
All right,
about
when
it.
is your next gig?
I don't know. I have to look on my phone. Oh no! I do know. It's at the Outpost on Edgewater on Friday.
Friday. All right.
Not
Well,
today, but a week from today.
well, we need
But I
to-
have like 6-7 gigs next month, and so I'm making a promise that I'm going to post them. I
okay,
promise.
and
on my
where
Instagram.
where what's your Instagram?
It's Kaci Jo with 2 O's, KACIJOO.
Kaci Jo on
Kaci Jo.
Instagram, and that's where people can follow you and
Yeah,
find
and I've
out
been posting like little clips of me playing things.
and all those nudes.
And nudes.
So we should wrap this up. So Kaci Jo,
Yes.
what have you learned tonight? Normally I add music
Yeah.
to this.
Oh, okay.
So can you do like a sad, like what I learned sort of? Yeah.
This is really fucking sad. This
So-
is a minor.
Right. That's fine. Well, I've been with minors.
Okay. Yeah, we know.
No,
we all
I mean people.
Coal miners.
Yeah, people who worked in a mine.
We
pervert?
all know.
All right. So Kaci Jo, what did you learn tonight?
I learned that I've been here since 8:30 this morning. And I must really care about you to wait this long to play a song about my ex-boyfriend.
Right. All right.
That's about what I got.
Ed, what did you learn tonight?
This song makes me feel like Sam Elliott or something. It's just like
Then do your Sam Elliott voice.
I'll tell you what I learned on that dusty road. That dusty road out to nowhere. Here I am sitting here between Carl and Kaci Jo. And I look over, and what I learned tonight was how to do a proper G chord. Because I don't do G chord very well on my guitar. And while Kaci Jo was playing...
Wait, I got it.
No, earlier when you were playing... I was like, ooh, that's a good G. Because I'm just learning how to play guitar. So even though I was enjoying Kaci Jo's music, I honestly was totally watching her fretboard going, all right, what am I supposed to do? Okay, no, all right. Yeah, I was like learning while watching. I'm almost 50 years old, and I'm just now learning how to play guitar. So
Me too.
you're right.
She's
Almost
a 50-year-old man.
Basically.
Cody, a.k.a. Carl, what did you learn tonight?
Nothing.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. Tonight,
Nothing on that dusty road.
Do you wanna go write a song about your
that
feelings?
dusty road to nowhere.
no, I learned that Todd writes sex scenes for himself and then pretends that he didn't star on them on purpose.
And I learned something tonight, too. I learned that the next show I write is going to be about me and Cody.
Yes!
I'm going to fuck you so hard.
Okay.
All right, we're Mama's Comedy Show.
That's what grinds my gears.
We're here every Friday night at 10 p.m. Call 407-363-1... Or you can play a happier song now.
Oh.
407-363-1985 to make a reservation. Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Todders, Todders. You can find me on Snapchat and Xbox Live, Duty Poo Poo, DOODIEPOOPOO. Cody, where are you?
Next week actually tomorrow and this weekend and the following weekend I'll be at Daytona for the International or Daytona 500. I'm working that.
Are you a race car driver?
Yep, I'm going to be driving a car. They did not allow me to drive one, but I will be doing it anyways. I'll probably be in jail at Daytona. So if you
Honda Civic on the course.
Yeah, I would be working there. But yeah, you guys can find me if you're in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I'll be there March 1st and 2nd, performing on the 2nd with my best friend Danny, doing a set at the Gatlinburg Improv Festival. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And Ed, where can people find you?
Well, actually, I've changed my address. I'm only accessible vis-a-vis carrier pigeon or Sherpa at the top of Mount Everest.
All right.
So you have to get in touch with one of those.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.